Hey guys, a video on the semiconductor stocks. Let's start with Intel. Intel, yeah, as you can see, has been going nuts. Focus on the yellow count, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The third wave box is this one, starting at 192 and beyond, okay? Now, how do I say this? This is the calculation from this 1-2 setup, okay? But a third wave, it can always extend. We have this larger 1-2 setup as well. I'm gonna just add a box for this one out of curiosity, where this one will lead us. Like this. Okay, you can see there is a little bit of overlap. Now, because of how impulsive this has been here, I don't think it makes sense to focus too much on this blue box, because I think it will extend a lot beyond it, okay? If we look at the local time frame, we will surely pass this box, I think. So that's why I don't have a box from this larger 1-2 setup, and I focus on the more local time frame, okay? Now, locally, if we ignore this, okay, and if we ignore all of this, just focus on here, okay, you can see like it's very nice here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Very clear ranges, very clear higher volume in your third wave, etc. So this here was nice to analyze because the chart helps you. Now this is going vertical. Yes, a wave 3 should go vertical and should go fast, but ideally I also can like add a internal labeling, okay, like we have here. If we don't get that, it becomes tricky, because now I'm gonna zoom in a bit, and as you will then see, we could maybe label this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. But with this 5-wave move, we could maybe already reach this box. Would that then already be wave 3 complete? Or will this be another 1-2 by itself? If we do that, we will have reached the third wave box with only a wave 1, meaning that this third wave will really explode to very much higher prices, okay? That's what's tricky when you don't have a lot of ranges, okay? But ultimately, the 1-2 setup is here, very clear. The box is here, very clear. Price will definitely like respect these levels and show at least like some reaction or a wick, small wick, and then continue. And once we have more data, I hope this local structure will also help with like not help it, but like ideally this local structure becomes then also a little bit more clear. Now this is the 1-2 setup that we talked about, now in a wave 3, and ideally I want to see internally as well in the wave 3 here a sub count like we had here. That's why I was waiting here for a little bit of a pullback. Yep, we had a range here, but this is very shallow. But yeah, okay, in very bullish scenarios and in very bullish markets, it can happen. This was with the earnings boost, and then a wave 3 is impulsive, and as you can see, it's just going. The war ended, we had good, like not ended, but there was like a ceasefire thing, earnings boost, deal with Tesla, deal with Apple now. So all these things, they just waited it, like they just waited and announced them all right now. Well, you know as well that they had these deals already before, or they were discussing it already, probably not mentioning it, but they use these news headlines also to pump the price even more, okay? And that happens often in a wave 3. So that's why this move is just going. Now I have this wave 3 here with this box measured from this 1-2 setup then, okay? Ideally then this wave 3 goes a little bit higher and tries to get at least to 137. Or beyond, of course. The next one is at 155 and then at 170. And then ideally we get a little bit of range, like this one, okay? For this wave 4. If we get that, because like these are too small here, I don't consider these wave 4s. I want to see a bit of a more obvious range here, okay? And then also after we reach this box, because if we can reach the box and if we see reaction to one of the levels very specific, then I know, okay, what I'm drawing is a little bit on track. Big Money is also using these drawings, because for now, like, I'm a little bit still uncertain. This could even be a 1-2, 1-2 and then go. That's why this range will help me a lot. If we range, maybe we can backtest this trend line and then do one more high to reach this larger box that we had from this larger 1-2 setup. And then, yeah, the question is, will this then be another 1-2 or will this be the wave 3 complete? We will discuss that if price can get here. Ultimately, it doesn't matter too much because in both cases, if it's a 1-2 setup or if this is a wave 3, 4, 5, we want to see a correction and then one more move up. And in that move up, we will see, okay, if volume even increases more, then it's indeed the 1-2 setup. If volume is lower than here, and if there is on the weekly bearish divergence, then we know, okay, this is a 4-5 that's happening and not a wave 3. Okay, hope that makes sense to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Volume spikes in wave 3, and then if you have the fifth wave on lower volume with bearish divergence on the RSI, you can identify, okay, this is a fifth wave, the move is ending. But if we have even higher volume, even higher, a higher and a more intense push, then we know, okay, it's a wave 3. And then one more thing here on Intel is just pulling this FIP level from the low to wherever we are, just to have a level, okay? Now also weird is, like, not weird, but the S&P has been rocking, and it's mainly because of, I think, these stocks, the chip stocks, Nvidia. It's like the Max 7 has been doing good as well, but other than that, it has been Intel, AMD, ARM, etc. ARM is not even in the S&P, I think, but Intel and AMD, I think, are. They have been really the reason the S&P has been pushing, I think, because this is also very crazy, this chart here, okay? I'm gonna do a video in a bit on the S&P. I just wonder now if Intel and AMD start to correct a little bit, what will the rest do? Will the rest also be dragged down, or... Yeah, it's just a question I have in my mind, and we will see about it, I think, this week, next week. Let's look at AMD, which is here. Here it's a little bit more clear, okay? As you can see, 1, 2, 3, and then here we had a little bit of a range, a running correction potentially, A, B, C, with the B wave overshooting, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially. And as you can see here, lower volume, okay? Bearish divergence as well. So this could be ending here the move, okay? But I've been saying that here as well, it didn't, so I'm not promising anything. What I just do is take the FIBs from the lows here to the highs here. We've had this yellow box here for a while, taken from this 1-2 setup, last year's push into this correction that we had up until a month ago. We were talking about, yeah, this being corrective here and looking for new highs. Didn't expect it to move this insanely, but yeah, it did. And now then, as you can see, momentum is fading, so I hope this leans back. And then inside this third wave, we can then look for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to reach this box. Okay, that's at least the idea. That's why I have these fibs here. First level starts at 369, 324, 292, and then yeah, the neckline here together with the 618 at 263. A wave 2 and a 1-2 may go deep. Okay, so I don't say it's gonna go all the way here, but like it is allowed to do that. Okay, additionally, I'm gonna add the point of control of this range, which is at 346.35. Then let's look at ARM. Also has been very good. This one was my biggest bag because this one was a little bit more obvious to me. Once we had this weekly candle here, okay, in the low, with engulfing volume, with increased projections, and as you can see here then as well, volume increasing very nicely. 1, 2, you want to see volume increase in a wave 3, and we are also here breaking the all-time high level, breaking this whole cluster that we had. Okay, might get a back test at some point, but we already had it kind of. Okay, I did add this green candle, this green box, indicating this red candle here. If now next week etc can start to climb even more, we will have a sequence of green candles here with a red candle in between. I like to use those as a structural level of support. It has a name, I don't know what the name is. Doesn't really matter either. Okay, zooming in here, 1, ABC 2, and then now in wave 3. Okay, this box here, the blue box, is taken from this larger 1, 2, starts at 317. Okay, and then internally we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then inside this wave 3 is where we are now. We have another 1, 2, 3, then here a wave 4 still unfolding in my opinion, because this wick here that takes this high, I can't consider that a wave 5 because it's just a wick. There is not even one candle that spent some time above this wave 3 high. So I label this a B wave and an A B. Maybe even more downside price action here to come towards these levels here at 190, 195, and from there then move up, or from here move up to make this fifth wave complete, and then do it one more time to make this 4-5 complete, to complete the larger third wave. Okay, so locally on this one, watch the trend line close below it on the 4 hourly, on the 1 hourly, and focus goes to this zone here, with the orange line being the previous all-time high, with the 1-to-1 fib here taken from the A to the B wave. A C wave likes the 1-to-1 fib, and then we have the support fib in white, the 0.382 at 192.92. I'm gonna remove the 236 because we've already tested this one. And then the invalidation is at the 618 at 169.64. I don't think we're gonna get there. Maybe never. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.